Welcome to what may be your first look at the Tavio platform. Our integration platform is a service built to manage integration complexity at scale. Our iPaaS has two core components: Tavio Studio, where integration developers combine smart connectors and transformation logic to build and manage integration workflows, and Tavio Hub, where integration solutions are deployed and monitored. Let's take a look at a common integration use case and see just how easy it is to build on Tavio Studio. I've got 3 open positions in my HRIS that I need to fill, but to do so, I need to get those jobs into my customer's ATS and get them posted. Here, I'm logged into the ATS. At this stage, there are no jobs listed, so I'm going to have to run my integration. In my Tavio Studio build environment, you can see the integration that'll act as a bridge between those two systems. This is the simplest possible version of this integration. For a production version, I'd make sure to include logic for exception handling and notifications. And it would start with a trigger like a schedule or a webhook listener instead of just the developer's standard in node over on the left. But what you see here is the core of it. I'm putting a debug halt on the node that pushes data to the destination so that we can take a look at the data as it's moving through. This is a great tool that you can use for debugging while you're building your integration workflows. I'll click play, and at this point, the workflow will start up, pull what it needs from the source, and then transform it and push it to the destination. Here, we can see one of those positions that's been pulled from the HRIS system in its original structure. If we scroll down a bit, we'll see the version of the same data that's been transformed into the destination system's job structure and which has just been pushed into the ATS. I could continue to examine this one step or one loop iteration at a time, but I'll just go ahead and remove the debug halt and let it play all the way to the end. Back in the ATS, you can see we've got our job listings safely arrived at their destination, ready to finalize and post so that candidates can begin to apply. Returning to the integration platform, we've seen an example of the incoming position objects data and the transformed job object that was pushed through to the ATS. Let's see how that transformation works. The transformation engine is called IDML, informally as Cloud Data. It's a simple but powerful declarative language that makes normal transformations easy and complex transformations reasonable to build. Here's how we transformed the position objects to the ATS's jobs data structure. Now that I've built this flow with smart connectors and IDML, I can translate it to almost anything. Let's say we're now ready to build our next integration to another ATS, like Greenhouse. Here in my customer sandbox, you can see that I've got a handful of jobs that have been open a while, but I want to pull in the new ones from my HRIS, just like I did into the other ATS platform. I can just install and wire in the Greenhouse Harvest node, which I've pre-configured to push jobs into my sandbox, and then change the mapping. The source data stays the same, so all I need to do is update the map to connect those incoming values to their equivalents in the Greenhouse job object structure. And then I run it through again. And once the workflow is completed, I can go back into Greenhouse and reload the screen, and I can see my jobs. As you can see, we can reuse the core of our work when we adapt a workflow to any target system. Tavio currently has a suite of pre-built smart connectors for hundreds of cloud-based applications for you to use to scale your offering to address any market. And if you need a connector for a system we don't currently support, we can build one for you in short order. And there you have it, a simple, basic jobs integration implemented across 2 different ATS platforms in just a few minutes. Your needs will likely be more complex, and whatever those are, you can address them with the power of Tavio Studio. We're here to help and look forward to supporting you as you familiarize yourself with our platform.